Yes, welcome everybody to the film room. Sorry, we're running a little bit tardiness today. We didn't really start on time. You can blame me for that. I had to go get a fro check. And I will probably show you later on in the show. I don't know yet. Let's see how I feel about it. But as you can see, we're having a twosome today.
Yeah.
Well, it's a threesome because we always got Josie in the back there. So as you can see, Amanda Rogan is here on camera today.
What up?
Looking
What up?
as lovely as ever.
What up? What up?
And Ari Gold and Jay Steele are absent.
Classic.
Yes. Nah, Jay Steele told us.
Well, Jay Steele had a
he
vacation that he planned.
He brought us a note.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He brought us a note.
We had a note.
We had a note. So
Yeah.
So we're good on that. We're all covered.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes today.
We'll see.
But we'll see. So let's go ahead and get into it. Sorry once again for the tardiness, but I have got to say I am excited. Can't wait, and it's actually coming into theaters. We thought it was hit VOD, but it's coming to theaters. Bill and Ted 3. The trailer dropped, or should not a teaser. I'm gonna call it a trailer. It was more like a teaser. It dropped a couple of days ago, and I am just ecstatic. I cannot wait for it. It's pretty much of my childhood finally going to be almost complete because I want to know if Bill and Ted did save the world. And of course, in part 2, they did because of their music. And when we get into part 3, that doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
Why? So tell me, Miranda Rogan, what do you think about the trailer or the teaser that you saw?
It was.
I mean, it was just little snippets of.
Yeah. It was so funny, like seeing Keanu be that character again for sure. After seeing him in like
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. You know what I mean?
Constantine.
Like, yeah, after seeing him all
Point
those,
Break.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's funny for him to go back to that character. You know what I mean? Because he's grown so much as an actor.
Yes.
You know that he's come this far. And it's really cool watching him go back. And like I said, it's just really cool watching him go back to that character. It's funny. I liked it.
He just looks
I know.
You just so used to him with the beard, and now he doesn't have the beard on. He's completely shaved. He's back as.
They're such stoners still. I love it too.
I'm
and their logic. I love their stoner logic. Like stoner logic is amazing. Like potheads know. Like you become a fucking engineer. And you ain't got shit on you.
Yeah, hey man,
true. It's fucking funny. You know what I mean? So they're like, we should watch. It'd be cool to watch it. But when an official trailer comes out.
Yeah, okay. When we do the official trailer, we'll watch it fully
watch that.
and see what's up. I mean, but like when the teaser started out, it basically started out when you played your rock and roll show in front of the world, it was on part 2, and then it said you just played in some part of California in front of 20 people, and they were only there for Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they're like, what happened? And
yeah.
we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to see this, and this is like a passion project for Keanu.
Yeah.
Mind you, this started off as like pretty much how all passion projects start off. Like is just hashtag Bill and Ted, or like how it was with the Snyder Cut, hashtag Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut. Basically, this was hashtag Bill and Ted needs to reunite, pretty much. And
hey man, if y'all want it,
they have the money. They have the money. So I mean, with the way Keanu made it with John Wick, that was just pretty much a independent film, almost like a Sundance action film that blew up. The first film that literally spent on John Wick the entire budget was only freaking $50 million.
Oh, only
$50 million.
Only.
Yeah.
Jose, do you have $50 million laying around?
Inherited it from my father, and it was a small loan of $50 million, and that's what happened. That's how I got my business started.
But you got to admit,
you know who else started with a small chunk of change like that? Donald Trump.
Yeah, fuck that.
Isn't that funny?
Is who? Excuse me? Isn't he the apprentice?
Isn't he? You're fired.
Isn't
he the guy that kind of defies gravity somehow when he stands?
He does, right?
With his
very
little
proportional man.
With his little tiny hands.
He's like if Carrot could take a shit. That's so would come out.
So like I was saying on the budget for John Wick, Like that movie was just that much. I mean, most budgets for motion picture films are at least 100 plus, you know, but only 50 million. And then what John Wick made off of that 50 million was double that. So it grossed over $500 million. So I mean, it's just
what you put in and what you got back out. Okay,
exactly.
Still,
so going on to the Bill and Ted 3 is a passion project. This is own Keanu's money putting in into this movie. You know, he's been in the business for so long, he can do that,
and he's got that money laying around.
Exactly. And I mean, he's still making money off The Matrix. I mean, he's still making money off Point Break. It's just he's still making money off of Bill and Ted. Now he's gonna be making more money off of Bill and Ted.
That's crazy.
So it's just it's pretty much always what actors want to do when they come to that point in their career. And when people are asking for it and people want to demand for it, they will give it to you. Like, I mean, we're going to get Coming to America, and that movie was from the 80s. Bill and Ted was from the 80s, and we're getting the final conclusion of this trilogy this year. And the first movie came out in like 84 or 85. So, I mean, what does that tell you of that people still love Bill and Ted, and people still want Bill and Ted? So I'm excited to see this, and then seeing the trailer where they actually go visit them future selves to see how the song was.
No, I think they're gonna go steal the song from themselves.
You're right, from their future selves, and then their future selves are all freaking locked up and ripped and jacked.
Yeah,
like, dude, it looks crazy, it looks funny, it looks insane, and it looks like it's ready to take you on a wild ride, like what Bill and Ted. And we get to see Death.
Yeah,
Death is back.
Yes,
the original Death from Bill and Ted 2 is back.
It's all really cool. I'm excited. I'm legitimately excited, and I'm glad that we're getting the movie theater experience.
It's coming in August.
Which is really, really cool because it deserves that. It does not deserve VOD.
Oh, so this is one of the movies that needs to be in the theaters.
Yeah, I said it from the very beginning, didn't I, Jose? I said it.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying yes.
I said it.
You did say this, but I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Ooh.
I would not pay $1 to see this in the movies.
Oh my god! I would pay $50.
It's a low blow.
I would do it.
Yeah, how much would you pay to see it right now?
Right now, this second,
Shit.
I would
probably give up my left nut.
$200.
$200?
Yeah.
And a left nut, huh?
And a titty.
And a titty.
And a titty.
Just one.
That's some big titters.
Proportional.
There you go. See? There you go.
Why won't you go into? You just wait until it gets to DVD?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I don't want to waste my money on that. I only go see movies in theaters when they really have to be like your 1917s where you have to be immersed in the sound and all that. And you have to be the big screen. Bill and Ted, I'm just gonna go there for shits and giggles. I'd rather go see it at my house. You know, if I see it on a bigger screen with bigger speakers, it's not gonna change the experience.
Okay.
Maybe Keanu will enter my ears a little more, and that would be great. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Well, all I gotta say is be excellent.
Yeah.
Josie, be excellent.
Thanks.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's go to the movies. Let's go watch this.
I'm so
right
into it.
now.
I'm so into it.
If it was here, if it was available, I would cry.
And it's been a while since we've seen Alex Winter.
Yeah.
Like the last time I saw Alex Winter in a big movie was like, besides Bill and Ted, was Lost Boys.
Jesus.
So, yeah. And then of course they mentioned him on Entourage. He was Ari Gold was his agent.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
God,
you take Keanu, I'll take the other guy.
That's a long time. Man, where you been at, bro? What you been doing?
I'm pretty sure he's been pretty much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
As most, at 80s actors usually do, go into behind the scenes and
they do go there.
Go camera work or screenplay, write a script or something like that. But they're still within the biz, and so is he. But seeing him again as Bill, and he is the front runner in that, like it's Bill and Ted. So like Keanu's character is second billing, but yet Keanu was the star that came out of that that duo. But he's
which is really weird because I mean they both did a really good job. You know, they did, but he just did nothing after that.
And the funniest thing is that when Bogus Journey came out, part 2, Keanu just finished filming Point Break.
Really?
Yeah. And Point Break was basically his coming out party for being an action star. Because Point Break was directed by James Cameron.
Well.
So what does that tell you?
There you go.
Yeah. And then after that, he gets Speed, and after Speed, he gets The Matrix. So,
He has the action movie title belt right now. If I
Yeah.
had to give it to one person of all the actors out there,
Yeah.
he took it from The Rock
when he did John Wick,
when he did John Wick, and I don't think anyone's taking it back from
what would The Rock have? Well,
the Fast and the Furious movies. If you want to
Okay.
count that, or the
Yeah.
movie
The
where he had
Hobbs.
one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw.
okay, and then Skyscraper,
Yeah, the Gorilla movie.
Rampage. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Those none of those are as good as the Wick trilogy though. So I think Keanu has the belt.
Well, shit. According to Keanu, he's going to be doing like 6 more. Wants to do 6 more John Wick's movies, as many as he can do.
I'd hate to
Really?
see him.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see it.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
wants to do as many as he can of John Wick.
He's
Ugh.
like immortal.
Well, they're gonna be a part 4 the way number 3 ended.
I don't know.
The way Power Bellum ended on John Wick 3, dude. There's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, but he just never ages. It's so.
He's a vampire.
crazy. It's like
Maybe this is what they drank in Hawaii because he's from Hawaii. He's Hawaiian.
maybe.
I'm sorry, Hawaii.
It's the water.
It's Hawaii.
Yeah, it's the water and the beaches.
It's got to be, and because when he came out, when you see him in the trailer as freaking Ted, he still looks like Ted, but just like like he's a dad or something. So I'm stoked to see Bill and Ted. I can't wait, and it's coming into theaters. All AMC theaters are supposed to open up next month, so we'll see what's going to be going into theater besides. Well, Wonder Woman was supposed to come out this month, and there hasn't been no word on that if that got pushed back or not. So,
guess
and
they're
the
keeping
theater,
their
I guess the
date.
theaters are not opening up until July. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes with that. AMC's opened up in July, and I think so is Regal. So
Are they in there opening up?
everybody's opened up in July for the movie theaters.
Nice.
Are you gonna be guys like first one up?
If it was Black Widow was in theater, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But honestly, though, I kind of want to go see Tenet in the theater.
What? What do you want to go see?
Tenet.
Tenet?
It's the new Christopher Nolan movie. Christopher
Mm,
Nolan.
I haven't seen that.
And it's how he
I
gets
bet
with
you it's
his.
about someone living in a house.
Probably.
It's more like a twist of Inception meets Die Hard.
Inception.
We're gonna be fighting terrorists inside of dreams, is what you're telling me.
Oh.
Not necessarily like that, but I'm not talking about like in the dream world of Inception, but the way how the dream world was with Inception, how you can kind of turn the page of a whole freaking town and whatnot.
Confusing.
Right. That's what pretty much Tenet's gonna be.
You can't get me off this. I'd rather see the movie about fighting terrorists inside of our dreams.
Yeah, I liked that movie.
Yeah.
I wanna go see
and
that
there's
one.
there
Christopher
could be
Nolan.
a script out there, or you can write the script, Josie, and make a lot of money.
All right.
Let's do
It
it.
starts today.
But that's not a bad idea, dude.
Terrorist in dreams.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
It sounds
That's
like
gonna
Freddy
be a
Krueger.
trilogy.
Hey, that's how scripts start, bro. They start as an idea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, see, I've already got it planned out, you know.
And they can have agoraphobia.
my main all of my main characters are minorities, and then we're killing all of the terrorists who
Ooh.
who knows?
There you go.
Okay,
We're all about inclusion.
I like it.
I like that. Oh, I like that.
They're like constantly stop. We have to stop telling people our movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Copyright. The copyright.
Right? we don't have a title yet.
My lips are sealed.
That's the name of the movie.
Yep. Oh my
That
god.
has nothing to do with the
Mind
movie at all.
blown. I know.
No, I don't, Joseph. But we got to give him something to, kind of throw the scent off.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Bill and Ted's coming in theaters in August. Theaters open up in July. Tenet's supposed to be coming by the end of this month, and basically that's the new Christopher Nolan movie with God, I can never remember his name, but it's
Oh well.
Denzel
moving on.
Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington's boy,
I
the
don't
guy who
know
comes
what
out
it
on Ballers, the wide receiver.
Mm-mm. I don't know.
You remember Ballers?
No,
Okay,
no.
fine. Get out of here.
Okay.
But hi guys.
That's why I said moving on.
Children said hi to us.
Oh, hello kids.
Hello.
I love you.
Hello, children.
Behave.
We're moving right along, children.
Behave.
Listen to Popo. Moving right along, going to go ahead and go into The Mandalorian. And it has been confirmed that we are going to see The Mandalorian Season 2 this year.
Nice.
Coming out in October, like it was supposed to. Nothing has not changed when it comes to The
Nothing.
Mandalorian
Nothing.
Season 2. pretty much shot or finished shooting
Mhm.
most of the scenes that they needed to for the first couple of episodes,
What
or
was
maybe
this,
the first three.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID, and then they pretty much finished everything off
After
during
COVID,
COVID because
okay.
pretty much everything was the visual effects. You can work from home and all that
Mm.
stuff. So
Nice. Well, good job,
Season
Disney.
2, man.
Getting shit done again, right?
Yeah. But see, the thing what's gonna throw me off, and fucking Jay Steele ain't fucking here, and he said he was gonna tune in. He's not tuning in.
Well, we were also late.
Yeah, whatever.
So
He's probably at the pool.
probably.
What kind of like puts my mind in the bottle is like all the scenes that everything that's been coming out about Boba Fett, about Rosario Dawson,
Mhm.
like all these people that were coming on board. Are these gonna be shot while the show is going on, or did they already finish shooting? Because all that story broke was during COVID.
Yeah.
About Rosario Dawson joining the cast, about Boba Fett coming back, the original person who played Boba Fett coming back, about Timothy Olyphant playing, supposed to be dressed up in the Boba Fett outfit, and he's in the show. So I just want to know, like,
When are they filming?
when did they already
when did they
shoot
do
these
this?
scenes without anybody knowing? Because Disney can't keep it hush hush like that,
They know
because they know how to
do
keep it
that.
hush hush, especially with the Marvel movies. Or they're gonna shoot it when the first episode comes out, or they're already gonna shoot during the summer.
Mm,
Because it comes out in October.
it comes out in October.
October.
I don't know. Maybe they haven't shot the scenes yet. If
I,
it's not
f-
coming out till
I feel like
October.
they shot everything like while the Mandalorian first season was already out. I feel like they were working on the second season already.
Probably.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
John Favreau's actually pinning the third season right now
Oh well,
Yeah,
as we
exactly.
speak.
then
So-
those scenes are already shot. Then you have your own answer. You answered your own question.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Then I need more Mando in my life.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more Mando.
I know. I need more Baby Yoda. I miss
It's a
you.
shame. What's his face died. I enjoyed the dude with the very
I
like
have
technical
spoken.
dude. Yeah, I've spoken guy. And I
Oh.
also like the black guy, how he says Mando every time it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh hey Mando.
I was sad about the robot too.
Oh, dude, I like how he went out though.
He was saving
Taika
them.
Taika did a badass job on him on the drone.
I was
The
sad.
what was
And
he,
did the
CC Bot 5?
wait? Did the girl Mandalorian make it? I don't remember.
The girl Mandalorian did
Gina?
in fact make it. Yeah,
She did,
Yeah,
right? She
she's-
made
she's
it.
not a Mandalorian really,
Oh,
but
no,
that's
but-
what we're gonna call her.
Yeah. What is
She's
she?
a rebel.
There you go. There you go.
She's a rebel trooper.
Wait, no. I'm talking about the Mandalorian chick in the cave.
Oh,
the
Yeah.
craft
the-
woman.
Yeah, what happened to her? Did she?
She
She
stayed
probably got
there.
her shit rocked.
She stayed there.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
she
probably
took him
died.
on. She told him to split. She told him, like, this is the way, and like, I'll fight him off. This is the way. We don't know what happens to her.
Yeah, I can't leave this shit.
But she is the one who built the entire armor for every Mandalorian.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So
I
she
wonder
knows
if
she knows
got
her
away.
shit.
I wonder if she got away.
And I think who that person was Kate Blanchett, the one who played from Thor Ragnarok.
Really?
Hela.
You think so?
Her voice, it sounds like her on her voice.
I don't know. I don't feel like we've seen the last of her.
I don't think so either, because where is he gonna get his stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
I
where would he
feel
get his
like-
supplies?
I feel like her story's not over. You know what I mean? I don't know, Jose. What do you think? Do you remember? Do you know what the lady?
I think she's dead.
You think she's dead?
Well, I mean, also the way when they got back and they entered pretty much the catacombs where they were at, and you saw the pile of helmets, they didn't really kill off the entire Mandalorian race.
Yeah.
She was basically saying that the younglings survived. I pretty much saved what I could, but the only ones that stayed there were, the people that fought.
Yeah.
So that's why you see all those helmets.
And
So-
if you're a real big Star Wars head and like the Mandalorian, I believe I don't know which animated series, because Star Wars does have like 4 animated series, but one of them did a whole thing over the fall of Mandalore, and you can watch what the hell happened.
yeah, this is on Attack of the Clones, wasn't it?
One of them, yeah, it's that one or Rebels, but
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, like all the
Watch
even the cartoons tie within
the cartoons are very good.
Yeah,
I
they
don't-
are.
I don't even
Really?
watch the cartoons, but I listen to many podcasts about many things, and they always rave about them. and I listen to the podcast, and I basically know what happened. So
He does listen to podcasts.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
that's accurate.
he
That's
does.
accurate. I saw this. If we're gonna change topic real fast, I
Mhm.
saw this picture with a list of I assumed were bands,
Mhm.
and I saw Andrew, you were talking about it, and I realized, as you guys know, I don't know music. I have not listened to about, let's say, 90% of those bands.
Ah,
I give like a quick count on my fingers of like bands I knew I could name a song of. I was about 5 to 10.
so who's your top 5 band and out of that list that you remembered?
Let me look it up. Let me look up
Okay.
the picture again. But let me tell you, I saw Queen on there. I was like, all right, yeah, I know what we're talking about here, but it was tough. So I got it up again. I know AC/DC, but I don't really like listen to them, and I just know one song, and it's Thunderstruck because I plays it every game. So
Nice.
I guess I don't
What's
know.
Varsity Blues?
I didn't know Linkin Park. I learned this like literally like a month ago. I didn't know Linkin Park was a band. I thought it was a person.
Oh.
I for sure thought it was a person.
Yeah, you gotta. He's young.
Okay,
He's a
okay.
youngster.
Okay, okay.
He's a youngster.
that's
So
true.
but Linkin Park counts. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have a shirt, or I had a shirt of theirs, but I don't really listen to their music, and I don't know a song off the top of my head.
Ooh, Red Hot
uh,
Chili Peppers is a good band.
Green Day. I know them.
All right.
Okay.
Apparently I should know the Ramones. My girlfriend was very disappointed about me not knowing who the fuck the Ramones were.
The Ramones are kind
Slap him, girlfriend.
I know.
Queen, and really the only one that I really know, Coldplay, of course, and the only one I really know, I guess, is Nirvana. But again, I don't know any other music, so
Okay. Well,
so I just thought I'd share my ignorance with you guys.
Wow. You definitely need to check out Nirvana. Kurt Cobain did not kill himself, also, by the way. Just
Oh,
throwing that out there.
okay.
so she
Conspiracy
believes.
Amanda.
Yes.
Yep.
So she believes.
It's true.
I don't know anything about Kurt Cobain besides the fact that he killed himself. So,
Fun fact, he didn't.
do you guys of this list? If you guys don't know, maybe he didn't. Yeah, you're right.
Where is it? What is the list?
It's
Whoa.
on
It's,
it's on the Instagram machine on a good old Texas Drew.
Oh,
know.
you didn't? Okay. I didn't even see
It's on there, and you can see the full list. It's a very extensive list of bands, and
It's
I
like
don't know a
from
majority.
the 60s all the way up to 2000s.
Oh my god.
Like, who the hell's Deep Purple?
Ooh, Deep Purple is a 70 band. Deep Purple is pretty much the guitar riff you pretty much hear all the time.
Oh, okay.
The din 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 din.
Okay, so one song. All right, good. all right.
I mean that's what Deep Purple is pretty much known for.
Another. I don't know if I'm gonna say this. Is this Megadeth?
Yes, Megadeth.
What a bad name. How creative.
Megadeth.
Who the hell are they?
They basically how Megadeth was created. The bassist, or should I say, the bassist and the lead singer of Megadeth was formerly in the band called Metallica. So when Metallica kind of blew up, they kind of saw differences or whatever and went their separate ways. So when or should I say, he got fired from the band, as Metallica says it. He got let go from the band. So when he got let go from the band, he basically started his own band and he came up with Megadeth. And
What a terrible name.
there you go.
What an
That
awful
is a
name.
pretty bad name.
Uh,
Megadeth.
Sonic Youth, I've never heard of in my life. Those are just two words put together. Soundgarden.
Okay, Soundgarden's a good band. Yeah.
I don't know. Van Halen, I know of them. Again, I
Yes.
thought it was a person.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
I don't know who either of those
Okay.
people are. Okay, there you go. Well, I'm glad we're getting on the same page here. There's one under the Green Day, the Veer or something like that. I don't know. And there's another one under that one that I literally can't even try to pronounce for you because the letters aren't even like legible. So that's a tough beat for whoever the band is.
Let me see that. Oh, yeah, I thought you started it up.
Oh.
But yeah, there's
here.
let's just say there's a lot of bands I don't
Wait,
know.
you said it's underwear?
Pantera.
Underwear? again?
It's the second one under Green Day. There's like the Veer or something like that, and there's one I just
Okay.
can't. That's the one under that one too. I don't even know. Like band names and band like logos are really tough.
B-Moth.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Be a moth. Man.
Pantera, great band. That's a band from Texas. You ever heard of Dimebag Darrell?
No.
Okay. Well, if you ever have a chance, this is some Pantera. They're a Texas metal group who basically made it big, and their lead guitarist named Dimebag Darrell.
Wow, what a that's a good name.
Mhm,
Yeah,
it is a good name.
Dimebag Darrell is his name. or it's a stage name, and he was pretty much one of the greatest metal guitarist players that ever lived, in my opinion. Because I mean, if you hear the riffs from any Pantera song, he's fast fingers, like he's quick, and he was badass. And just a little insight of tragically, he lost his life while performing on stage at a show.
Really?
Got shot in the back of the head
Damn.
with a shotgun
The Abe Lincoln treatment.
My God.
by a Marine.
A Marine? Why?
All because of
Oh, that's
the,
right.
the band
because
Pantera breaking
broke
up.
That's right. That he blamed the Marine. Blamed him. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I don't know. This is a very good unexplored documentary space, music documentary. Since every basketball player is going to get a documentary, I would appreciate if more bands got some because I don't know anything about bands.
Well, that's where you get your biopics.
Well, they used
I
to
want
do
need-
it
I need
on
more.
VH1 back in
well,
the day.
behind
They
the
used-
music,
Yeah, they
behind
used
the
to do
music.
it. You know, when like they had like music on MTV and
When they were playing
VH1.
actual music videos.
Yeah. They used to do all these like cool things, but there actually are a few documentaries. Well, like on Kurt Cobain,
Mm.
on there's books written on like how he didn't
Books,
do it. Like,
reading.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes those
Who
books
wants to
get
do that?
transformed into documentaries or get transformed
I
into
just watched a
movies.
documentary. We'll love that.
So,
Shout out to The Dirt, Motley Crue. I know them.
oh, do you seen it?
Yeah,
You saw
see,
the dirt?
I
You saw the dirt?
I saw The Dirt like
Nice.
3 or 4 times.
Damn! I wonder how you thought when you saw the first opening scene.
I did not know. I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" Like, oh, this is Motley Crue. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what? It starts to connect the dots. Could you guys enlighten me? What are your guys' favorite bands on this ye old list of bands?
For me,
Okay.
okay, I can do
A
mine real
lot.
quick.
Go.
Okay, I got Doors, Korn.
Doors?
Yeah, the Doors.
Yeah. Jim
Korn.
Morrison.
Corn with a K?
Yeah.
Wow.
Slipknot. Let's see here. Pantera, The Clash, and Tool.
Okay.
Off this list right here.
Off of the list right in front of you.
And
Okay.
I left off a lot of good ones, mind you.
Yeah,
like
you
a
did.
lot of good ones.
Yeah, you did. These are just top 5. Okay. Oh, Blink-182 for sure. Duh.
I know them.
Okay. The Beatles.
Okay.
Overrated, but whatever.
Gotta do Nirvana. Red Hot Chili Peppers for sure. And
You know Offspring's on there, you know that,
I
right?
know. Oh my god,
You know,
I'm so hard.
the act of Smashing Pumpkins is on there.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Green Day.
Okay.
Top 5.
Now, like, if I had a choice, say from the bands that I grew up on, like of the 2000 bands, was pretty much like Slipknot,
Oh, U2's on
Korn,
here.
Limp Bizkit. Who else is on there? System of the Down,
Linkin Park. I am trying to
Linkin
remember.
Park.
If you know what, I think so. So there's a Linkin Park. Their drummer started another band called. Help me out. What is it called?
I don't
know
remember
it.
him starting another band.
He did. Let me see.
don't-
It's
I don't.
called Fort something.
Mm.
Fort.
Nope. I only just listened to Linkin Park. That was the only band that I listened to when it comes to.
Somebody help me if
Chester.
you're listening. It's called. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me.
I'm glad that we got to the music portion of the film room.
I know.
See, this is
This is what
where I try to
happens.
educate myself.
This is
Mhm.
what happens in
It's an
art.
educational show.
Audio
Yeah, like
Slave is
who would have
really
known?
cool.
The Cure.
Cure's a
Oh,
good one.
Yeah.
I only know U2 just because of they'll put the song on everyone's iPhones that I never listened to.
Oh my god.
Slayer's a good one. Slayer, Judas Priest.
Do you know the Cranberries?
Are you just making up a name of a band?
No.
No.
Is that made up?
No,
No, you
No.
know.
there's a band
okay,
called the Cranberries.
Yeah, you know that song,
Let's,
Zombie.
No, let's look up the Cranberries' latest work and let's give them a play.
Well, I think she.
Well, the
died.
lead singer passed away.
Yeah, she just
a few
passed
years
away.
back.
But a song that you may know because it still comes on the radio is Zombie.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the Cranberries.
So dark.
Yeah.
All right.
So dark and angsty because we were so angsty.
We were so angsty in the 90s.
I was about to say, I that song just like gave me anxiety, I guess.
It's
That made me realize some things.
all of our songs like in the 90s were super like just about death and suicide.
No, it
and-
wasn't.
Yeah, they were.
No, it was
Yes,
not,
they were.
dude.
Oh, and like peace and love. When
Thank you.
Sometimes.
You're talking about grunge.
And that was 2000s because I was Fergie and System of a Down.
No, 90s to me, 90s music to me, grunge is grunge era, hip hop, Biggie, Tupac, Nas.
What?
Yes, that's 90s music to me.
Okay, yeah, but you're talking about two different genres here. Look,
No,
look
I'm
at this.
not.
We went off on a whole. Look at this. This
I
is
am
the-
not talking about two different genres.
This is a film room. Yes, you are because we're talking.
I'm just saying that's what
because-
90s music is
but
to
we're
me.
talking about this type of genre right now. You're going off onto something totally different. You want to talk about Tupac and Biggie? Okay, that's different. That's different from.
But I thought you were saying was what 90s music is to you was
No,
System of the
well,
Down and all
but-
that. That's
well,
not 90s
but
music. That was like
but
99.
Okay, yeah, but what we're talking about right here, like our little era, and Blink 182 is on the list with AC/DC.
I know
and-
that was because those are all the bands that you see
Okay,
on this
so
list.
So this is more of we're talking more of like a rock genre here, correct?
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It is a rock genre.
Okay.
That's what all the bands
so
are.
rock 90s was angsty and suicidal.
Grunge. Grunge.
All right. Well,
It's grunge.
I'm glad we settled it.
It's Pearl Jam. It's Nirvana. It's freaking Bush. It's freaking Alice in Chains.
I didn't say it was bad. I love it.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just naming the
I
bands
loved
that came out of the grunge era. We created our own type of rock and roll music.
I guess.
It was
I guess.
came out of Seattle.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Shit.
I'm not,
So, anyways, going back onto the
saying-
film
I'm
room.
not saying no.
Remember how I told you that Disney was supposed to be doing a live action of Hercules?
Yes.
Well,
Is it happening?
we're gonna. That is happening, of course, but we don't know who's been cast yet because there has been no pretty much
Okay,
press
well-
release. But the reason why I'm saying Hercules
Go.
is because we might be seeing Hercules, Marvel's Hercules, in the MCU.
Is his name Hercules?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, but wait.
What?
I want to go back to like the cartoon Hercules,
Okay,
and I
go.
want to just say how Disney, you need to have. I say Beyonce.
We're gonna get into that too. Hold on.
Hold on, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
What's her name? The one that was in that movie.
You know, the one in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
What was that movie? Beyonce was in the movie, and it was her and Beyonce, and it was a girl group.
Showgirls. I mean, Dreamgirls.
Dream Girls.
Showgirls. Wrong one. Whew.
That chick.
Dreamgirl. Jennifer Hudson.
There you go.
She's gonna be in the new biopic of Aretha Franklin.
Ooh, nice pick.
She's Aretha Franklin.
I like that. Good job, whoever's doing that. You should go work for maybe DC, help Warner Brothers out a little bit. Okay, and then I really want her and
So you want them as the
as
goddess, the goddess that
goddesses.
sings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the goddesses.
The muses. You want them
Yeah.
as the muse.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
For sure, those two. I don't know on the third one yet.
That's okay. Well, we're gonna about
I don't know.
Beyonce.
I'm just saying. I think that would be so cool to have, and yeah.
Okay, but we're gonna get There's something that I want to talk about
I
Beyonce.
know. I saw.
Okay,
that.
we saw that.
We saw.
We know about
Okay,
that.
we're gonna
But
talk
going
about-
back
we're
into
gonna-
the
go. Hercules live
Hercules into
action
the
Marvel.
MCU, the reason why I say this, and I think it's a big thing and a big deal, is because we're gonna see the Greek gods coming into the MCU. Now, Marvel and Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did their own versions of the Greek gods within the Marvel comics. So you got Hercules, you got Ares, you have Zeus, you got all the Greek gods that are there. Hey, what's up, cuz? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, my daughter's tuning in too. Hi, Drew.
Love
So-
you, baby.
Love you too. So I'm excited to see this because we can see him as soon as the Eternals,
Wow.
and the Eternals are just coming out next year.
Wow.
So we could be seeing the glimpse of the Greek gods within the Eternal movies, and then boom, Hercules is pretty much going to be having his own standalone movie very soon. And Hercules is actually one of the original Avengers. For people that I don't know.
Nice. I did not know that. I did not know that.
He's actually one of the original Avengers.
Really?
Yes. So I'm ecstatic. I'm excited to see that and see where they go from here. But sticking with the superhero genre, and I want to come back to Beyonce in a little bit because I do want to come back to this and what I mean by I really want to come back to it. I mean, I'm going to come back to it. But I kind of want to tell this to Amanda.
What is it? Hurry up. Let's go.
The Batman trilogy, Matt Reeves' Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, God. What are we doing now? What are they doing? Go ahead. Batman. What are they doing?
We are going to see another version of the Joker.
Another one? Okay.
Supposedly.
I'm not even surprised, honestly. I'm literally not surprised. It does not surprise me. Any stupid thing that they say, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They've lost me. They lost me when Heath Ledger died.
Okay.
They lost me.
Well, the reason why I'm saying this, okay, and everybody's going on this because it's broke by comic book. Comicbook.com basically broke the story. And that Matt Reeves, of course, he has all these characters already, or should I say villains already in the movie, as in Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. And of course, Penguin is paid by Colin Farrell. The Riddler is paid by, Colin Farrell's the Penguin.
What are we doing?
Colin Farrell's a Penguin. Paul Dano is the Riddler, and Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. Okay.
Zoe Kravitz is a queen.
Zoe Kravitz, I do not have a problem with this at all, with her being Catwoman. I don't have an issue with that.
No, I don't either. I think that's a pretty good selection. I mean, because the only Catwomans you ever know of is Julie Newmar, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Anne Hathaway.
And they all did a really good job, honestly. Good job, DC. I can give you that. You have not fucked up on Catwoman.
Well, the reason why they didn't fucked up on Catwoman is because, for one, when Tim Burton did Catwoman, he had his own vision of Catwoman and what he wanted to be, and Michelle Pfeiffer just
she was
fucking
so
badass, dude.
And she was like creepy and like, oh, I loved her. She was scary, but I really liked her a lot.
Oh, it was awesome and amazing. And then when
that was my favorite, like, Batman. Where's all those?
Tim Burton's first two?
Yeah, those are mine.
Were they claymation or whatever the heck they are? Since it's Tim Burton?
No, no, they were just dark and like they should.
I mean, you should just know. I mean, how Tim Burton is and how he always, how he direct. I mean, whatever movies he brings out is always gonna be a little darkness to it.
That wasn't that Michael Keaton, right?
Well, that's the thing is that nobody thought that when he casted Michael Keaton as Batman, because you got to remember, Beetlejuice was first. He did Beetlejuice first.
Yeah, that's true.
Then he did Batman.
I would not mind if Michael Keaton wanted to come back as.
Okay. Well, there's supposed to be a part two, supposedly, in the works with that. But if Michael Keaton can if Michael Keaton can come back, I mean, it's hard for me to say if he can come back as Batman, but if they do a Batman Beyond and have Michael Keaton come back as Batman, I'm all for it. Now, Batman Beyond was a cartoon from my generation in the 90s that was pretty much after Batman animated series in the 90s. Pretty much Batman Beyond was Bruce Wayne was old. He couldn't be the Dark Knight anymore. So he kind of took in like another, should I say, Robin type of person. But this person became the Batman. Of the future, and with old Batman still being his mentor and all that stuff.
See, that would be so
I'm out for that.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
If Warner Brothers can do that, but since there's fucking up their whole DC universe and they don't think that Henry Cavill can carry a Superman standalone film by himself, but yeah, you're still casting him as Superman and still using him as like the Nick Fury role. Come on. Like,
why are they?
That's why they. Okay, remember how I told you that
they're using him to connect everybody,
right? Like the Hulk and the Nick Fury style, like how they use the Hulk and how they use Nick Fury within the Marvel universe.
Dumb.
Only for team movies or somebody else's standalone movie. Like we might see him in Shazam, like how we saw him at the end.
That's stupid.
And the executive of Warner Brothers said yesterday that Henry Cavill cannot basically take a standalone Superman movie. Like he cannot carry it.
Why?
Don't trust him.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like that's what they're doing at Warner Brothers. That's what they're doing within the DC universe.
He didn't do a bad job. I didn't have any complaints.
He's one of the best Supermans that we've had. No, but of course, nobody's not going to top Christopher Reeves. Nobody can top Christopher Reeves.
I didn't mind him. My issue was with you know, like Jose said, basing your whole fucking movie off your mother's having the same fucking name.
Right, exactly.
That was my
exactly.
issue,
But
you
that's
know,
the thing
My
was
issue
that
wasn't with the character. I mean, with the actor. or
that was
anything.
part of the rewrites of what Zack Snyder did not want. That was part of the rewrites of the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna see the Zack Snyder cut when it comes out next
Mhm.
year. We got it. Excuse me. We have HBO Max, so we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
If you have Spectrum, you already got HBO Max. If you have HBO, you already have HBO Max already for Spectrum customers. Letting you know right now. So you're gonna see the Zack Snyder cut.
I heard there's a rumor that Tales of the Crypt is on there. Somebody let me know. I have not been able to look yet. There's a rumor, and if you don't remember what Tales of the Crypt is, I'm so sorry. Jose,
No idea.
you got to look it up on YouTube. This was way before your time, but Tales of the Crypt was badass.
Sounds like a beginning of a porn.
No. No, but it was so
Well,
cool.
he did say, hello, my
My
kitties.
I don't know if that would make me tune in more or immediately turn off my TV, but you know, who knows?
Good. It was like this creepy old bone daddy guy.
Yeah.
And he
Again,
would,
you're making
He's
it
a
sound
crypt
more and more
keeper.
like a porn.
He's a crypt
he
keeper.
would even say that too. He would
He's
be
like, hello,
"Ew."
bone daddy.
Yes, yeah, he would say stuff.
Yeah, that's how you laugh.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's good. So
Yeah.
HBO Max is gonna have a lot of good stuff on it. But you know, this is what they're kind of doing. But they just need to get their shit together.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do this DC extended universe again or
Do it
revamp it,
right.
because all you have right now is Wonder Woman, Shazam, and we don't even know if you have Aquaman anymore with Jason Momoa in it. So we don't even know you have that.
Yeah, you probably don't have that.
Which, if you're stupid enough, if you're dumb to get rid of Jason Momoa, like, that's dumb. And if you go from somebody totally different as Aquaman, like if you go back
Good
to the
luck.
blonde hair, blue eyes Aquaman,
Good luck.
thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Good luck. Thank you. Like, it worked with Jason Momoa. It worked using his Samoan
makes
heritage. It worked. It did. It did.
I
It
liked
worked.
him.
He's a
thought
good
Why is
actor.
Aquaman white? Was
Yeah.
the real question.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
we know why Aquaman.
I mean, it's like, okay, it's like the version of Marvel's Aquaman is Namor, right?
Mhm.
And he was, if you really want to compare the two, he is not considered white.
What is he?
I mean, of course, the color that they had, they didn't really have, you know, the peach color or whatever you want to call it. They had to color him in as how he is,
Mhm.
and he is considered white. But the book does not call him white.
Mm.
Stan Lee did not call him white,
Well, Stanley,
as you know, in most of the comics that Stan Lee has wrote, like the post that you did.
Yeah, Stanley is a very very passionate guy. And you know, Angie and I had a conversation the other day how all these people were so ahead of their time.
Right, exactly.
So ahead of their time.
And-
Crazy that it's taken this long for the rest of the world to catch up.
Right. And the reason why I kind of bring this up right now, Amanda did a post that she actually found, and this is real mind blowing. And I knew like X-Men, I knew what X-Men, Black Panther, Captain America, Punisher, Deadpool, I knew what they stand for.
Can I read it? I'll read it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read it.
Okay.
I knew what they stand for, and I knew what they meant, and I knew what Stan Lee was trying to bring to the world. And trust me, as a kid, as a young age, reading these comics and knowing what he's talking about, it's mind blowing. And what Amanda's gonna read right now will literally blow your mind right now on what you think and what, especially what's going on in today's world. Stan Lee was already talking about this way before us.
Years ago. So basically, the post I found, it says X-Men is about civil rights. If you don't get that, then you don't get X-Men. Black Panther is about civil rights. If you don't get that, then you don't get Black Panther. Captain America literally fought the Nazis. He is the embodiment of fighting the alt-right. If you don't get that, you don't get Captain America. The Empire in Star Wars is fascist. The Rebel Alliance is anti-fascist. If you don't get that, you don't get Star Wars. The Punisher is meant to be a role model for police or armed forces, so much so that the writers of The Punisher made him actively speak out against it in the comic. If you didn't get that, you didn't get The Punisher. Deadpool is queer. He's pansexual. Fact. If
Yep.
you don't get that, you didn't get Deadpool. Star Trek is about equality for all genders, races, and sexualities. As early as the mid-60s, it was taking a pro-choice stance and defending women's rights to choose. One of its clearest themes is accepting different cultures and appearances and working together for peace. It's also anti-capitalist and pro-vegan. If you didn't get that, you didn't get Star Trek. Superman and Supergirl and a whole host of other superheroes are all immigrants. The stance of those comics is pro-immigration and pro-equality and acceptance. If you did not get that, you did not get Superman or Supergirl. Stan Lee said, racism and bigotry are among the deadliest social ills plaguing the world today. If you're bigoted or racist, you didn't get any of the characters that Stan Lee created. The stories we grew up with all taught us to value other people and cultures and to treasure differences between us. Only villains were xenophobic or sexist or racist or totalitarian. I can't understand how anyone could have missed that. If you're upset that there's a black Spider-Man or a black Captain America or a female Thor or a Miss Marvel is Muslim or that Captain America is pro-feminism or any other things right-wing fans say is stealing their childhood, you never got it in the first place. The things you claim are now pondering to the lefties were never on your side to begin with. If you consider yourself a fan of these things, but you still think that the LGBTQ community is too in your face, or you have a problem with Black Lives Matter, or want to take the country back from immigrants, then you're not really a fan at all. Geek culture isn't suddenly left wing. It always was. You just grew up to be intolerant. You became the villain in the stories that you loved.
Boom. It just says it all. It says it all right there. And we are going to do this stuff today. Still today.
So,
and it's true. Like X-Men, civil rights.
Yeah.
They're considered mutants. They were outlandish. They were banned. They didn't want nothing to do because it was the human race and it was mutants.
mhm.
So the mutants, and they fought for those civil rights. Black Panther. Black Panther was the first African American superhero, or black superhero that Stan Lee put out during the time of the civil rights movement. Civil rights, all about it. It's all in there as Black Panther. It's just crazy. And it's so amazing that Stan Lee and the people who created this or created these worlds, we're just talking about the real world, but just in a different way.
Well, that's how you got to send a message sometimes. Hidden messages.
And Deadpool, how they said about Deadpool, all true about Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
The Punisher.
It was a beautiful post. It was a beautiful
I mean,
message. You know, all of those were beautiful messages.
it's just crazy. And when she found that, it was right on point and right on the money. Like, you cannot go wrong with that post at all.
It made me cry.
At all.
I legitimately cried.
I did. It hit me because I read those comics, like, and Stan Lee always talked about that all the time.
Jose, did that bring a tear to your eye?
I'll be honest, no, but
Oh God.
but I agree with all the sentiments. You know,
yeah.
all of those things are all in there, and it takes not even like a deeper level reading of it. You just have to just be aware of it, and if once you're aware of your surroundings, maybe a little more, maybe these themes will come out more. You know, same thing with Harry Potter. They literally had their own racial slur in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Muggles.
I was about to say, I guess I don't know if that's really racial, but you know.
Well, I mean,
whatever, it's the same thing.
within the Harry Potter realm, yeah, because
I say I don't know if a wizardry is a race, but you know,
yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, like it had its own dialogue of calling a person of something that they're not.
Oh no, not a muggle. It was filthy
Mudblood.
little mudblood.
Mudblood. There you go. Mudblood.
That was like.
yeah, I'm in the middle of a Harry Potter rewatch right now.
Oh, is that why?
Are you watching HBO Max?
You got to, man. You got to take the HBO Max. They have
They got them all.
it's a good time. You know, you got the Fresh Prince on there. You get
Yeah,
some episodes of
uh-huh.
that. Unfortunately, I saw a thing recently that was like HBO Max is going to lose a lot of their DC movies. So there's that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that they said it's going to be like a rotating thing, but like some movies are coming out, some movies are coming
Yeah,
in, and
yeah.
I'm just like, well, this is pretty shitty because people probably bought this to get those DC movies, and now
Yeah, now they're
Mhm.
gone.
because people aren't watching Game of Thrones again,
Yep.
Yeah.
but people are watching the older shows like The Wire and The Sopranos, which I
Yeah.
need to watch.
Oh,
I need to
you
watch
need
The
to watch The
Sopranos.
Sopranos
I've been told I need to watch both
and
are-
Entourage.
all three or two more than the third are considered the best shows in television ever. And,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's just an oversight. There's a lot of things I need to watch. It's very frustrating. There's nothing more annoying than wanting to watch something and not being able to find it in this damn world where there's a streaming platform for everything,
Mhm.
or if it's a movie, you can find another version of it or something.
That's why you just
Tell
got to go to
me
your
about
vault of
it.
DVDs that you have in the back room and just put it on.
Well,
if you
let me
can't
tell
find
you, I've been trying to find When We Were Kings, the documentary on Muhammad Ali,
Uh-huh.
and I have been looking for it for weeks, and I have not been able to
Damn,
find
not even
it.
on Amazon?
Nowhere.
Well,
Yeah.
that was like when I was trying to collect dinosaurs. Like it was so hard to find
Mhm.
dinosaurs, and then boom, just one day it's on Hulu. Fucking
Then it was gone.
yeah, and then it was gone. And
It's
my
so
kids.
annoying.
Have you ever seen dinosaurs?
No, I have not. They're dead. They've been extinct for millions of years, Amanda. Come on.
God, you've never heard of Not the Mama?
No, only on Jerry Springer.
Only on Jerry Springer.
Oh my god, you gotta look
So,
that up.
so going back to the
Let's hear
the-
about Beyonce. Go
yes,
ahead.
that's what I was doing. Let's go back to Beyonce because
What is Lady B doing?
Queen Bee has signed a new deal.
So she can be the muse of.
She has signed a deal with Disney and Marvel.
Oh.
Okay, hold on.
I don't want to see her be a.
Wait a
superhero.
minute.
I just told you I don't want to see her.
Okay,
be a-
well, that Hercules is part of what? Disney, isn't it? Okay.
Mm.
So it has been official since Wednesday. It has broke that it's officially Beyonce has signed a deal to join the MCU and also to be a major player in Disney for their perfectly new fit brand or whatever that they're going towards. Okay, we already know she was in Lion King, right?
Mhm.
She was Nala, so she already had an original song in there with the Lion King and all that stuff.
Her daughter. Even
So
had a
supposedly
song in
this
there.
deal is worth $100 million. Okay.
Mm.
That she'll take a part in phase 4 of the MCU. So more than likely probably with Black Panther. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to be in the movie. Okay. I'm just saying that she more than likely she can do a collaboration as in the songs.
Mhm,
Like she can probably work on the album.
mhm.
So we'll see her in that. We'll probably see her maybe
She
having
does some acting though.
she has acted before.
What's the last thing
She
I've
was
seen
I mean
her
you saw her in Cadillac Records when she was playing Etta James
Obsession. I saw her in that too. Right? Wasn't she in that?
Mhm. with Easy Alba.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But those, I mean, that's like a musical movie. I'm talking about like a movie.
Okay,
movie.
well, as I'm going on with this, is that she's supposed to be making an appearance as well in Black Panther, and also
Mhm, mhm.
she has been set for at least 2 to 3 more Disney unknown title films. So more than likely, one of those would be.
Hercules. It
Hercules.
could be. It'd be nice. I'm just saying.
I mean, when you sign $100 million deal with Disney, that's pretty much like almost a 10-year contract.
I could see her up there and with what's her name and doing.
What?
When along came Zeus, he threw his.
Well, she can
thunderbolt.
she can be part of the muse. She
What
can be a
was the-
muse.
What was it? I don't know. I just love them. I thought they were so.
They're
cool.
the
They're my
they're the art.
favorite.
They're the goddess of the arts.
They're my favorite. They're like the narrators. They're like the most important part of that movie. I feel, and they're like in every scene. Like
yeah, they are.
they're because they're on the pots all the time.
Mhm.
Like when he's, you know what I mean. When he has his what is the merch?
His
When he's got
merchandise.
the merchandise,
Herc.
and then they come in and we got the shoes on.
Air Herc.
And the,
I don't know. They look kind of dashy.
Drinking on the Hades, he's all pissed off.
What are
Are
those?
I don't know. They look kind of dashy and tighter to me. What do you think?
Oh, I just see. Just waltzing around in the world, and you are wearing his merchandise. And then the other one, thirsty.
His hair blows
I could,
up.
I would love to see James Wood come back as Hades.
Yeah.
He was a voice in Hercules. So, but I mean, he's old. I understand, but they can do the whole CGI of making him Hades godlike with flaming hair on top.
I don't know. After I saw what's his name and being Mal's dad, and I'm like,
Oh
yeah.
God, is that who you're gonna see as Hades?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. I don't know.
Descendants.
You know,
No.
what's his name? Who would be a good Hades? Let's think about this for a second. What about?
I think Bradley Cooper would be a good one.
Hades?
Yeah.
Mm,
He has some sort of a singing voice. He can play the asshole role.
If we are thinking of the rules of movies, all villains apparently are foreign of some sorts with an accent, mainly British.
Mhm.
So if we could throw some makeup on the bad guy from James Bond, the one that took a cyanide and half of his jaw was removed or
With
whatever.
Spectre, well, you're talking about the Spectre.
I think so. Yes. If we
You're
could,
talking about Christopher Waltz from Inglourious Bastards.
yeah, that too, and from Django.
Yeah.
Yes, him. I'd be very accepting of that.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. What's his name? Antonio.
That Chris Waltz works too because he fits the description of foreign man with an accent.
there you go.
But yes, I'm thinking of that person you are thinking of.
Yes, I know you're talking about with the blonde one, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Antonio something.
I
Yeah.
wanna see
He came on
Banderas.
no,
Oh.
not Antonio
Zorro.
Banderas. I forgot his name, but he came out on Country for Old Men. He just came out on the new Pirates of the Caribbean one.
Another good villain, Buffalo Bill from whatchamacallit, the movie.
From Hannibal?
Yes, Buffalo Bill. If we could get that actor, he's not very energetic normally, but if we could
He's
have him,
a big dude.
oh yeah, well Hades, got to flex.
Yeah.
Got to flex.
He's got you.
Well, what's his name was Hades in Clash of the Titans, the one who did Voldemort. He was Hades in Clash of the Titans.
We'll take him too. Classic villain, as long as he doesn't have a nose.
I could be okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could.
No,
do
no.
that.
I mean, we'll see where it goes with this. I mean, Beyonce could be in this movie. I would love to see Danny DeVito back as.
Oh, yeah,
as-
Same.
That's a requirement.
yeah, they have to have Danny DeVito back as Phil. They have to.
I'm petitioning it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have to.
You're coming back.
You
Danny.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's 0% chances.
I mean,
Louis
if you
gets
got
made.
James Earl Jones to come back as Mufasa, you can get Danny DeVito to come back as Phil.
Yeah, you could do it.
Hands down.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
Disney's on their shit.
He's
Yeah.
still doing. Doesn't he still do that?
Yeah, Sunny in Philadelphia.
See, he's still acting.
Mhm.
Nah, he'll come.
He
back
was
and do
just
it.
on Jumanji.
Oh, that's right. He was on
Eh?
Jumanji. It's right.
And how much acting is this really going to be? It's just going to be voice.
Pretty
Mm,
much.
Just
I mean,
some
maybe
balls
they'll
on
maybe
him.
they'll just have some scenes where he's having the little green pants
He's
for
gonna
the
have
for the
CGI.
for the CGI for that. But other than that, yeah, probably just be for his voice.
Mhm.
I mean, you could have a stand-in.
Yeah, why not? No,
So-
no, I don't want to stand in.
No, I'm talking about for the scenes. Like he'll be in a looping stage. You know how like when in Entourage, how Vince went to go do some loopings for Queens Boulevard,
Mhm.
like that.
Okay,
All right. So
I'm sleepy. I could deal with that.
wake up, man. What kind of freaking show? You're on the air here.
Mm.
All right, well, let's go ahead and switch it up, going to the sports side, since we all know that the San Antonio Spurs are in the 22-man tournament. We wouldn't call it a tournament, but the 22 teams going down to Orlando to be in the bubble to finish the NBA season.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we're still waiting for sports to.
No,
come on TV.
yeah, we have to wait. Okay, we have to wait until July 31st. So
For sports?
for American sports.
American sports. That's right.
Okay.
You can.
NASCAR has already started already.
The most American of sports.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you heard what they did with that, right?
What are they 6
They-
feet apart?
No, they banned the Confederate flag at the stadiums now.
Oh, they
You
banned
can
it.
no longer, because I mean, NASCAR was, sport of the South.
Yeah.
And if you go to a NASCAR event, what you saw was nothing but Confederacy flags.
Mhm.
So ever since what happened this past couple of weeks, and one of the NASCAR drivers, Bubba Wallace, who is an African American,
Mhm.
the third ever
Mhm.
to race in NASCAR, which is pretty much a white man sport. signed up, asked the NASCAR officials, had a petition to basically ban all Confederate flags at races, and they did.
Nice.
That flag has been with NASCAR for 70 years. 70 years. The Confederate flag has been part of NASCAR. And just 2 years ago, they took it off where the drivers can have it on their cars or whatever. And now the fans can't have it anymore. So.
And that is power of protest, people.
Yep. And now, of course, all the some of the NASCARs have like, oh, I don't want to. I quit. I'm done. Bye.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Bye.
There's this one guy. I don't know his name, but he looks like a thumb with a beard, and of course, he said he was quitting after that, and he's like, NASCAR's getting too political.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And
Oh my
it turns out
God.
here's some tea about this gentleman.
Oh, I love tea.
He's his best
Got some
finish
crumpets.
in a NASCAR event. Does anyone want to guess?
I don't know anything.
I
about
would
NASCAR.
say 16th place.
33rd.
Ooh.
33rd. So never finished better than 33rd.
Wait. How many cars are on the thing
Like,
anyway?
There's
Like, I
about.
would say like 80. I have no fucking idea.
I would
to be
say
honest,
that-
but-
Can they have
There's
that
about
many?
30. Wait, you said 33rd? There's about 40 cars.
Okay, well there you go. 40 cars then. Sure, I have no idea, but
Also, he thinks we're gonna miss him.
so and also he's had a for some reason.
What
Who's to
sponsors
say?
did he have?
Who's to say? Here we go. He didn't have any sponsors for some odd
Ah!
reason. For some odd reason, he didn't have any sponsors,
How-
and his only sponsor happened to be like a moving company, which he owned. So he probably
So he just-
really quitting because he broke his hell, can't keep up the money to fund him, and he stinks.
Wow.
So you know, and
you
but
will
hey,
be missed.
hey, if you want to say it's because of the
Not.
flag and look like a racist instead of a crappy driver, hey, that's
Exactly.
fine.
Right? Go ahead.
That's fine.
Shit.
We'll take it.
All right. Yes.
Wow.
I'll wipe my hands clean.
Oh
Yes.
my God. What's this guy's
Alright.
name? What's his name?
I have no idea, but he looks
Loser who made the left turn.
like I don't think his name deserves a platform.
Nope.
As his memory is now going to be faded into the wind, and no one cares about him.
But we
Loser who
don't-
makes the left turn.
We don't want anybody to hire him for their moving company.
Well, let me tell you, I think he's done.
Oh, okay. He's
Where?
moving.
Done. So he's gonna make a lot of money off of selling like all the NASCAR shit, but he better hold on to that money because that's the rest of his money right there.
Sure, you better invest in something amazing.
like NASCAR.
Yeah.
so going back to the Spurs.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Josie,
Pop's a
let me ask
badass.
you this, Josie. I mean, do you like the Spurs? You consider yourself a Spurs fan?
I'm a
Okay.
Celtics fan.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
well, whatever. Let me. Do you like the odds that they probably have without
I-
LaMarcus Aldridge?
I think there's a 0.0% chance they make the playoffs.
Mm.
Like I think, like truthfully, Pop shouldn't even go. I don't think Pop should go at all.
I say let Becky coach.
Yes, I was gonna say you just go ahead and let Becky coach.
Yeah.
Pop's an older man, obviously, and they had to get like a physical. I think
Mhm.
yesterday.
All of them, all the
older
coaches,
to
Really?
see,
Yeah.
to see if they
to
were
see if
like
they're healthy
eligible.
enough to go.
yeah.
yeah.
So but
Where'd
I don't
they
think
go?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Oh.
They're gonna be in their own bubble.
A bubble?
They're
And-
gonna be in their own bubble for 52 days.
And here's the thing.
Hold on, I'll get to that in a little bit.
Here's the thing. Pop 71. He's the oldest coach in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
The whole NBA is gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
The MLS is doing their playoff stuff, and all of them they're going to Orlando in the same complex too. COVID cases are rising everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just chill out. The Spurs don't have a chance to make this. Get some experience for your players like Lonnie Walker and DeJounte to get some playoff experience. You're gonna have to bite the bullet about the playoff streak, and that sucks, but that's unavoidable. And you just ride out. Don't extend DeMar DeRozan and try to rebuild. Tank for a draft pick, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, either way, if we still don't make the playoffs, we still have a pretty good shot of actually getting a lottery pick. I mean, we're already in the lottery if we don't make it anyways.
Yeah,
What
the,
I'm
the
saying-
odds are better.
Yeah, the odds would be better, but like, imagine, okay, say the Spurs, okay, they don't make the playoffs. There goes the 22 streak, done, tied it with the Lakers. All right, and 22 years is a long fucking time.
It is.
That is a
It
lot
is
of
the
shit.
Especially
exact
in
length
the
of my
Youth.
life, my whole life.
My God.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yes, this
yeah.
will be the first year the playoffs did not make the play.
The Spurs did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, in my whole life.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I it's very easy to remember when Tim Duncan was drafted because again, it was the birth year. So.
My birth year. I was born.
I was born that year.
Damn, that's
So some
Crazy.
people would say that it is my fault that the Spurs got Tim Duncan because of my birth. Some people
Oh
are
well,
saying
thank
that.
you, Josie.
Yeah,
Thank you,
well,
sir.
The Celtics
Yeah.
should have got him, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah, I guess it was true. So that's what I'm saying here. Would lightning strike in the bottle for the third time for the San Antonio Spurs? If they don't make the play, this mind you, every time we've been in the lottery, we've gotten the number one pick.
We have, but we've always been the underdog. We're always like really honest.
Well, because we're the
very
small
honest.
market team and stuff like that, and of course we don't have Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is that if we don't make the playoffs, fine. But if lightning in the bottle strikes for a third time, and only the third time the Spurs are in the lottery since the Tim Duncan era,
I think
I'll kill
these-
myself.
I think these new guys have something to prove. I think they'll do it.
I think they all.
I mean, I think so too. I think they'll fight and they'll scrap for everything that they get.
they're just not good enough.
Right.
talent's not there.
The talent's not there. I mean, there's
You
better teams
Yeah,
than.
they lost their best
So-
player, so
So you make the playoffs, you make the 8th seed, you play the Lakers in the first round.
But something amazing could happen.
Right. There could be an upset. It's happened before.
and they
where
still have to make up a bunch of games to even get into the 8-9.
they have to play 12 games before they even make it to the playoffs. So they have to finish out the season.
It's
Pretty
tough.
much. And it's down to us,
Mhm.
Pelicans, Blazers, and the Grizzlies. So 4 teams are fighting for that 8th spot, and each team is almost about 2 games behind one another, or a game and a half back. So, and this all starts up on July 31st in Orlando with their own bubble that they're going to be there for 52 days. And that if they somehow, I want to leave the bubble, and they leave, they have to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks. Self-quarantine themselves. They can't go back into the bubble until the 2 weeks are over.
So what is
Then
this
you can-
bubble? What is this? I mean,
It's
are
not
there
a-
any
it's not
other-
a- that's what they're
literal
calling it, bubble.
It's
But
not
that's
a
what they're
literal.
calling it.
Yeah, it's not a literal bubble like in the Simpsons movie. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's not like a dome.
it's just they're all staying on Disney World. They're
Yeah.
all staying at
They're all
Disney
staying at a
World,
resort.
and yeah,
the sports resort.
Oh, okay.
So like if you leave that particular bubble of the sports resort, you can't come back for 2 weeks.
Oh, but they have everything at the resort, right? That they
Well, they're already doing that. They've
possibly
been
need.
preparing it already.
Oh, okay.
Like pretty much everything, like all the major sports right now, like UFC, WWE, they're all in Florida.
that's cute that you would throw the WWE as a sport.
You're welcome.
He does.
It is sports
I-
entertainment.
Yeah.
Sports entertainment.
Entertainment. Yeah,
Sure.
Sports entertainment.
you're right.
So, but yes, I mean, if the lightning strikes in the bottle for the third time, I'm all for each path the Spurs go down. I mean, yes, it is time for a rebuild, and if they make it to the playoffs, and that's history still in the making, I'm all for it. Either way, I'm all for both sides of the path. But switching on to one of my favorite subjects, going into the Big 12, and I'm pretty sure Josie wants to go ahead and talk about this too. The Texas Longhorns, and I would like to say Oklahoma State as well.
What they do?
Curtain.
Oh,
They're hurting.
Curtain.
yeah,
Oh, they're recruiting.
not the recruit. The recruiting. The OSU is, and Gundy. He has his shit. The mullet is working.
It is. The
Let
the
me tell
Oklahoma
you.
State group chat has been popping off. We were like 4 stars.
Yeah,
Wait a second.
yeah.
Hold the phone.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, Oklahoma State and Mike Gundy in the past couple of years have been pretty shitty at recruiting. My freshman year at Oklahoma State, we made the Sugar Bowl, and where we just got out athlete by a team of Ole Miss 5 stars.
Mhm.
And I believe that Mike Gundy, after I guess like 3 years, was like, "Hey, these stars, let's go for the 4 and 5 stars instead of the 3 stars. Let's do that."
Yeah.
And the mullet has made himself approachable for the kids.
Mhm.
He's a very conservative man because let's not forget that he was all like, "Hey guys, these college athletes, they got to make the state some money, so let's never forget that."
Yep.
But he's doing a good job. Shout out to him.
Yes. Shout out to them. And like I said, like it's the Texas and the Longhorns and the Cowboys are pretty much on the cusp of being one of the top 2 teams in the Big 12. Like they're predicting that they are going to be facing in the Big 12 title game, and it's not the Sooners. So that's something. But another thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is a couple of the players got diagnosed with COVID, supposedly.
Yep.
And this was
That's
prior.
crazy.
Yeah, this was prior because now all the student athletes are on campus right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so pretty much all the student athletes of football are already on campus, and before they got there, they did their testing and everything, and then they did testing again while they were on campus.
Mhm.
So two of the players have got tested positive for COVID-19. They are quarantined right now, and as far as all the reports have that it's pretty much what's that term that they use, that they're something positive to where like they're not affected by it or anything like that.
Asymptomatic.
Thank you.
Oh,
There you go. That they're that, but they're still doing the quarantine and they're still making sure that everything's okay for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, Oklahoma State had 3 people test positive when they first started.
Mhm.
They just
Wow.
at least all these universities are being
Yeah, they're being cautious.
transparent.
Yes,
And they're being
yes.
transparent. They're saying that people are getting
Yeah.
sick. They like I this is kind of a topic we just talked about the NBA. We'll see how transparent
Right.
the NBA is about
Mhm.
their testing. If LeBron James, for example, gets COVID or for some reason, but at least these schools are being transparent about
Mhm.
their cases and whatnot. By the way, fuck the NCAA for what they did to Oklahoma State basketball this weekend. That really was
Dude.
annoying.
that-
And they're gonna come for everyone's ass now.
I'm
What
tired of the NCAA, man.
What did they do? What happened?
like? They need NCAA is, I still consider them pretty much a what's the term that I'm looking for? Like, and it's white man controlled, big time, exploiting these kids from their talents that they have to make money off of them.
Is this what we were talking about paying the players or not paying the players or?
This is along those lines.
Yes,
yeah.
it's along those
Okay.
lines. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's like because the NCAA has so many rules. Like you can't take money from boosters. You can't take money from here. You can't take money from here. The only money that you can take is what the NCAA gives you.
But the NCAA can make millions off of you.
And that's why Josie's pissed off
Yeah.
of what happened.
Yeah,
Because not all of them get drafted, right? I mean,
No,
not all of
and
them.
the thing that's annoying about this, see, Amanda, here's the thing: everyone knows that basketball players get paid.
Mhm.
We all know
Yep.
that they get like bags of money and do whatever they get. And recently, the FBI came in and was like, you know what, guys, we can't have this. So they started doing an investigation. Blah blah blah. They had a press conference and we're like, we fucking got them. We know their playbook. We know everything. Blah blah blah. So then 2 years later, nothing happens. No one ever hears anything. The HBO documentary, The Scheme, comes out, explains everything. This like, yeah, we're paying players' parents to get them to go to schools. We're paying their family by giving them a house or whatever and doing all this stuff. So
Wow.
now the NCAA was like, you know what? All right, it's time. Let's do our thing. Let's make our rulings. Oklahoma State gets punished a 1-year postseason ban for an assistant coach funneling players to agents while they're on campus.
While they're on campus.
So that's just
Wow.
one level 1 violation. Oklahoma State gets a postseason ban, which is crazy. Everyone's admittedly just like wild. So now Kansas has 5 of those.
Mm-hmm.
So Kansas is about to get hammered allegedly, but it's the NCAA, and who knows what they're going to do because Kansas is a blue blood that makes a lot of money in basketball.
Yep.
And if you hammer them like that, then you can't make the money.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Texas is
Wow.
wrapped up in this shit too. So
Everybody is. Everybody gets
All
when
the
it
Adidas
comes
and
to
Nike
the basketball. Yeah, when it comes to the Nike schools or the Jordan brand schools, everybody gets something under the table.
Zion Williamson right now
Yeah.
is in like his people are in court right now because they're alleging that Duke paid him.
To play.
Yeah, and there's a court documents that came out, and I don't know what I guess the prosecutors were trying to make their case, and they were like, well, Zion's family pre-Duke was living in an apartment with like $900 a month rent. During Duke, for who knows how, they miraculously upgraded to almost $1 million house with like a $5,000 rent or whatever. And who's to say how they did it? Who's to say?
Wow.
It's like okay, it's like when you go back
That's
to
insane.
like for instance, here's an example how NCAA cracks down on players getting paid. Reggie Bush,
Yes, in the news.
Reggie Bush was a Heisman winner, the running back from USC. He was a national champion, all this other stuff. And before he went to go play in the NFL, there was a story that was breaking out right when he was leaving that he was getting paid by boosters, right, from USC.
Mhm.
Okay, like he was getting money and that they were paying for his mom's house in San Diego so he can come to USC and you know whatever.
Mhm.
So this broke out, and then while he was in the league for a good 4 years later, he has to give up his Heisman Trophy. He has to give up. They have to vacate the national championship that they won that year because he got paid to play.
And the
That's
shitty
crazy.
part about it is, and all of this is that the NCAA, I don't know how they just have this power, but they were like, USC, you cannot associate yourself in any way with Reggie Bush for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So basically they're like, all this shit you did, just disappear. And now after these 10 years, the NCAA is like, all right, Reggie Bush, welcome back to USC. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why do they get to tell the university over
It's the white power game when it comes to the NCAA. Dude, like, have you seen Ballers?
No. Well,
Okay.
yes, but no.
Okay, there's and I think it was season 3 or season 2. Dwayne Johnson's character literally fights the NCAA about this issue.
Yeah.
Like literally, and it's so crazy how in that particular show, that's literally what the NCAA describes.
So wait, we're all
Described.
pro. Let's pay the players, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or give them
Okay.
some per diem to where it doesn't hold them like $500 or $200 a month that they have to use.
See, and the good thing is that the NBA opened up the G League, so now
Right, so now high schoolers can go get paid to play.
Yeah, like so if you're good enough, you can go to the NBA G League team and just play there for a year before the draft. Like Oklahoma State has Kate Cunningham, and he's the #1 overall basketball prospect, which is crazy for Oklahoma State to get the #1 best overall basketball project.
Texas got #2.
They also hired his coach as a brother, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, there you go.
But so they do all that, and now that Oklahoma State has this postseason ban, allegedly, we'll see if it gets reversed in an appeal. He could just be like, you know what, I don't want to do with this shit. Wipe my hands clean. I'm gonna go to the G League, make a couple $1,000s over there.
Yeah,
and the even crazier thing about this is that the coaches, they're paying all their players, but they're paying them like, let's say like $300,000 or something like that. That is fucking nothing. $300,000
compared to what the college coaches are getting paid for football. Yep.
DeAndre Ayton got like $500,000, and he's the #1 pick in the draft. He's worth at least like $5 million for like a head coach like Sean Miller. You get the notoriety of having the first-round pick. You get the good-ass player for a year. It's all worth it. I mean,
it's just how it is, and like it's like, okay, let me ask you this. We're gonna go to the NFL real quick just before we go. The whole of Roger Goodell coming out, you saw that, right? Where he apologized and that NFL was wrong for the players on the protesting what they were protesting for.
On a fucking potato too. Terrible video quality.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Now, since he said that, you think he's gonna bring Cap back into the league?
I see. So Kaepernick in the NFL, they had their whole like legal settlement, and he sued them for collusion and all that, and they settled outside of court for an undisclosed amount of money. The thing is, like, if you, let's say Roger Goodell is like, all right, Colin Kaepernick can come back in the league, then it's like, well, motherfucker, why couldn't he come back earlier? Are you saying that you prevented him literally preventing him from signing, even though it's all we all know he did that, right? He can't literally come out and say it. And Pete Carroll said today that a team is looking around for Kaepernick, but he's 32. He's already past his prime. Well, football is such a short career,
right? But you got to remember though, he hasn't been taking them licks. He hasn't been getting them hits.
That's
so
fine,
his body's still fresh.
He's just not as strong. He's not. Those 2 or 3 years, that's his prime right there. You took away his prime, and then so now what?
I mean, I don't know. If you look at Tom Brady, Tom Brady's 42 years old, and he's still in the game, and he's been taking a lot of hits.
He's literally the GOAT.
I understand he's the GOAT, but I'm saying Kaepernick is literally 10 years younger than Tom Brady is. All right, and if he's still in the same shape that Cap was for his Super Bowl season,
and he isn't,
you don't know that. You don't know that. We don't know because he's been hidden. He's been hidden throughout this whole time.
He's with that girl. What's her name? The one on the host of Teen Mom with Dr. Drew.
Oh, not Lala, the other one.
yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Her name.
know.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like, if you bring him back into the league, if that means everything is okay, and
No.
what you did before, if excluding him out because of what he was protesting for, like, it's not gonna make amends. It's not.
Yeah, how about we start with let's get Colin Kaepernick a team. And they started
How about the Cowboys?
that Jerry Jones would not allow that.
Yeah, I
let's
know.
be and any Texas team would not allow that.
Mm-mm.
But they already started like a $250 fund for anti-racism
Mhm.
practices and stuff like that. But the thing is, if the NFL is serious, how about we do something like measurable? How about we change the name of the Redskins?
Yeah, I mean, we've been, a lot of people have been talking about that for years.
Yeah, how about if we're really against racism, why don't we change like an openly racist name?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, the NFL is not going to do that because this is just all talk. And
Well, it's
easier to throw
no fun league.
It's easier to throw money at a problem than actually try to fix the problem.
yeah,
don't you
nothing fixed life league.
Well,
whatever.
if they have enough people complaining about it, they're not going to have that much money to throw around, you know?
Well, see, the thing is that when it comes to the Redskins, that has to come from the owner. The owner is the one who's gonna have to fucking change it. Like Roger Goodell can be, you need to change this, you need to change this, you need to change this, and the owner would be like, well,
This is my team.
it's my team.
Yeah,
I don't have to.
it's.
I mean, and then of course, then that's gonna go on to a bigotry, and then of course the NFL can, like, you know what, we can kick you out because as an owner, they can kick you out as an owner.
just
Yeah.
like they did with Donald Sterling.
hmm
Mhm.
So they can do that.
So people, you make enough noise, then the Redskin name will go away. Just so you
Protest works as,
Yeah,
as we
it
as we
does.
can tell.
It
But
does.
once the NFL starts taking measurable actions where we can see like changes, then
Mhm.
I'll take this all as
I don't know
bullshit.
why don't you just go to the DC Sentinels, like from fucking the replacements?
Yeah, there's something. The generals will take anything.
Yeah,
Something
I mean, why does it have to be that? Like,
tradition.
I mean, I can understand for, like, okay, for Florida State. Okay, the reason why they haven't changed theirs is because the reason why they're still called the Seminoles is because that's where the territory of the Seminoles tribe was.
And Florida State, the university works very closely with
Right,
the Seminole
exactly.
people. They
Mhm.
have scholarships for
Yep.
all that shit.
Yep.
The Cleveland Indians, they changed their logo.
Right.
They used to be very racist.
Uh-huh.
I had to
You,
have
you saw them on you see it on Major League all the time. Every time you see Major League.
yes, great movies by the way.
Yes.
I watched those recently.
So I mean, it's we'll see where it goes and see what happens, but we'll find out. We're gonna be more to talk about when we come back here next week. I do appreciate y'all for coming in all the time. We were sorry we were a little bit late, but next time we'll try to be very, very punctual. I am your host, Texas Drew, along with Amanda Gorogan. Hopefully, we'll have these 2 seats filled by next week. I am your host once again. We love you, appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We are out. Peace.
Steady long, steady round.